What's going on, you guys? Kevin here with the 2019 CSC TT250, aka the Zhongsheng TT250. Anyway, took her off-road today, did a little bit of trail riding, a little bit of that brap life, a little bit of that ride more dirt, you know, a little bit of that, yeah. Anyway, so she's a little dirty, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and give her the first wash ever. So I've got about 500 miles on it, and I've owned it for about, gee willikers, I wanna say about 2 months, something like that. Done a little commuting to work, done a little off-roading on the trails, and haven't washed her yet, but she is a dirty girl, mostly just in the back section here, like up underneath here. She got a little mud bog action today, so gonna go ahead and give her a wash. This is gonna be a really informative video for you guys that might not know how to properly wash a motorcycle. It's a little bit different than a car because you have, well, exposed mechanical parts, exposed electrical. Mostly for me, it's up underneath this instrument cluster. There's a wiring harness. There's also some fuses and connectors underneath the seat. There's also an air box over here, which can suck up water potentially. So just some things to keep in mind. Ooh, forgot to turn off the petcock. Not a big deal. Honestly, I've left the petcock on overnight and like literally nothing has happened. So anyway, for washing this bike, I'm probably gonna go ahead and remove these bags, these soft bags. So in order to do that, I do need to pop the seat off. Either that or, you know what, I'll probably just take the shit out of them. And these are supposedly waterproof, so I don't really think they are. This will be a good test of that theory. Yeah, so let's get into it, and I'm gonna show you guys some of the products that I use for washing cars and motorcycles. So got my little rag station down here. Up here I've got my wash and wax. This one's almost done. I've got another wash and wax here. You can use like dish detergent like Dawn and stuff like that because it degreases and it breaks up a lot of that thick dirt and mud you might have, but it's not gonna leave like a shiny reflective coat. So like these wash and waxes, as you dry them, they basically wax your paint and leave them all shiny and pretty because, well, they're for automotive use. Might use a little wax and dry because, not on the plastics obviously, but this tank is metal. That's plastic, that's plastic, that's metal. So basically the tank would be the only thing, which I probably won't even use it on that because, well, it's a fucking dual sport. I don't really care about making it shiny that much. It's not a chopper or a Harley or anything. Anywho, I will be using my pressure washer, but I gotta be careful because you don't want to spray pressurized water at any sensitive wiring, or the engine should be fine to blast with the pressure washer. There should be no issues with that whatsoever. In fact, I'm going to do that to potentially blast off any grease or dirt or anything like that from the motor. That also, I want a really clean engine because I'll be able to tell if I have any oil leaks or any anything going on. So that'll be ideal. So we're gonna be using this wash and wax right here. Gonna grab a bucket. Got a couple of those bad boys over there. I keep some Goo Gone on hand because if you have any sap, because you know you're off-roading out in the trails or whatnot, and you get any tree sap. For example, I got slapped in the face with a branch today. That was fun. Yeah, Goo Gone does the trick. Also, if you have any stickers on your bike that you want to get off, or any, you know, old adhesive items, Goo Gone is what you need. Rain-X here, I use this usually for cars, but you can also use it if you have a clear windscreen on a vehicle. Granted, they have a special formula for plastics, which is what you need. You don't want to use the glass one. Don't ever use any kind of tire foam or tire wet or, you know, Armor All, whatever makes your tire look all gloss black, because if you get that on the sidewall of your tire, as soon as you lean over, you're gonna slip out because these are greasy, they're slick. You're gonna lose a lot of traction on the side of your tire. So you can clean your tires, but don't shine them with Armor All. You know, that's a terrible idea. It's just, you're not gonna have any sidewall traction, which is a big deal. Got this brake dust release here, which I usually use on my car, but I I potentially could spray this on the tires and the brakes to let them sit for a couple minutes and then blast them with the pressure washer, and that should probably clean up a good deal of residue. Every time I clean my motorcycle, I go ahead and clean my helmet or helmets. I haven't really used the motocross helmet in a hot minute, so this has been my daily driver. So I clean the lenses, both the tinted windscreen I have here, and also obviously the visor. Just go ahead and check the shell for any, like I said, I took a branch to the face today, so if I have any scratches or anything, I'll try and, buff that out to keep my helmet looking purty. Everything else here is pretty much for car use. So everything I just showed you is pretty much what I'm going to be using today. Also have some microfibers here that I'll be using to go ahead and dry my vehicle, dry the bike. And yeah, let's fill up a bucket and hook up the pressure washer. All right, so it's like 100 degrees outside, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wash the bike in the garage. I'm probably gonna put it a little bit more towards the center so I don't hit the walls or the wood that I've put in myself, but this flooring here is kind of one of the perks of it, is it is completely, waterproof and washable, and it's super fucking dirty right now, so it actually needs to be washed itself, so it might be kind of nice just to take the pressure washer and blast it on out. So so the first thing I do, this is probably not necessary, but I do it just in case, just take this little tool here on the side and go ahead and close up the key port here. I mean, it's probably not necessary, but just an extra little added layer of security. So I fill up this little container here to the bottom line with my wash and wax formula. Yeah, give it a little shakeroo. And then up to the second line here with hot water from the sink. So again, bottom line with your concentrated soap. And then, it's very concentrated. You're going to want to dilute it a little bit with water, especially a motorcycle. You don't have a lot of surface area to wash. All right, so I just sprayed the tires and brakes with this touchless dust release here, which smells like absolute death. Like it's horrible. So careful of that shit. It's pretty potent. And there, a little something I forgot to mention. You want to make sure that your water hose valve is open up all the way, or else your pressure washer is going to be pulling for more water than it's being supplied, and you can actually burn out the motor and ruin your pressure washer. Or this one has like a safety feature to where it'll just kind of cut off and stop working. So Alright, so in addition to using the soap formula on the bike, I went ahead and taken the liberty of spraying down my Rubbermaid floor here because, well, I just did 3 oil changes and a whole bunch of other projects that fucked it up. So gonna go ahead and let this sit for a few minutes, then take a scrub brush to it and see how much of these stains and whatnot I can get out of here. So you can towel dry if you decide to do that. I would recommend using some wax and dry so you can kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, add a little layer of shine. Don't use it on your plastics, just your metals, and make sure you use a microfiber if you are going to hand dry. For me, I'm going to take advantage of this wonderful Florida sun and just back my bike into the driveway and let the sun go ahead and dry her off naturally. You want to make sure you start your bike to make sure you didn't knock anything loose or, cause any mechanical failures. And yeah, I'm gonna get to work scrubbing this here deck.